it is possible to make a procedure hole with a 3D printer. I have done this and I have tested it up to 10 bars. It means the equivalent on 100 meters of depth. So we'll show now how to do that. The first thing you will have to do is to modelize your 3D part onto software. I personally use OpenSCADE, so you script what you want to do. It's quite simple, in fact, if you have a really basic knowledge of script language, and after you just can generate the 3D view and check it's what you want. So that's the first part. And with this software, you just have to generate an STL file which you can send to your 3D printer. So I have done it. As you can see, the global shape of my hull is a sphere of a diameter of 10 centimeters, and the thickness of the hull is 3 millimeters, only 3 millimeters, and it was able to withstand the pressure of 10 bars. After that, you need to print your 3D part. I choose ABS because it's stronger than PLA, and PLA is biodegradable, so that means that water will destroy it, so it's really not good for a submarine. Then comes the tricky part. As you know, the 3D printed ABS is not waterproof. There is many small holes in it, so you have to make it waterproof. Moreover, there could be some crack in it, and you have to fill in this crack if you don't want to have a weak part. And at the end, you can't print a big plain piece in ABS. It just doesn't work. So when you need to have a big plain piece, you have to print something like a mold, and then put something in it. And for all this reason, we will use epoxy resin. Epoxy resin is a dual component resin. You should put them together while respecting a precise proportion. They are different from type to type, but it's globally 1/3 to 2/3. You can use your balance for this. After you have to mix them. Be careful to not put too many bubbles while doing it. And after it's ready to be used, you can use either a brush in some case, or just put it in the part which looks like the mold. It's how you want to use it. It's need to be noted that this resin is as strong as the ABS part, so it will help to strengthen your piece of ABS. In my case, I had to do this in 2 steps. First, I use a brush to put epoxy resin all around the part and to waterproof it and resin proof it, so that it won't leak through the mold part. And maybe 20 hours later, you can put the resin into the part which looks like a mold, and then after you have to wait maybe 2 days or 3, and your part is ready to be used. We will now see how to put the two halves of the hull together in a way which can be unmounted quite easily just by put off some screw. For this we have to use an O-ring joint. It's really basic, and I have print also 2 small parts in ABS, an external and an internal. The internal one is a bit wider than the O-ring joint, so that it really keep it in place. And the 2 small pieces are a bit less thick than the O-ring joint, so that the 2 half sphere will push just on the O-ring and not on the ABS part at first, so it will be really waterproof. And the very good point is that we have used epoxy resin to fill in the molded part, so it's just like mirror-like, so it's really smooth, and the O-ring will be really waterproof, because if you put an O-ring directly on ABS print, as the ABS is not really smooth, there is a lot of water leaks. And now it's ready to be tested. You just have to put your screw in your bolts. Yeah, you can think there is a lot of, but I have tried with just 4 and it was not enough. So yeah, 8 it's good. Now I put it in my pressure tank, and I put some pressure up to 10 bar, and it was okay. And just to remind you, when you test something in a pressure tank like this, you have to fill in the tank with water, because if there is a problem, the water is not compressed and it won't explode. If you put air in it, it can explode very very badly and it can be really dangerous. So just put water in your pressure tank. Inside the pressure hole, you let air, obviously, and after you uncompress everything, you unmount, and you see if there is no water inside your pressure hole. And in my case, it was okay.